everybody. It's the old bear from the old bear's den of Bigfoot. I'm back to you again. We got quite of an interesting account. I relayed this to Discord last night, the old bear's den of Discord, and well, let's just say that everybody left in stitches. It's kind of an adult theme, so if you have children that are young, please ask them to leave the room. And if you're under 18 and you're listening to this, get mom and dad's permission before you listen to this. This is a little bit detailed and things that children under 18 should not be talking about, I believe. Anyway, my wife last night found this very funny. Mrs. Old Bear found it funny. I found it a little bit funny. Because it is. It's just funny. Anyway, we have an account that comes to us out of the great state of Georgia. This couple, married couple, 3 children. Children are getting close to being out of the house. They decide to go on a date night. Yeah, date night. They set up a date for a dinner at a very fancy restaurant in Atlanta. And they live in Tennessee. So, but they don't live that far from Atlanta. It's feasible. They're going to go to Atlanta, eat a very nice dinner at a very nice restaurant there in Atlanta. Take a show in, some kind of a show that was going on down there. I don't know. It wasn't a movie. It was a show, with live people. Excuse me. And in doing this, they had decided they were going to stay in Atlanta overnight on a Saturday night. Well, things went as planned. For the most part. They go to dinner. They go and take in this Broadway type show that's going on. I don't know what it was. They didn't say, so don't ask. Anyway, somebody forgot the last part. The husband forgot the last part. The very nice motel that they could stay at overnight and not have to drive back home. Anyway, they had clothes packed, to get showers and all that stuff after they stayed there on Saturday night, go home on Sunday. And it was their one date night they've probably had in, I think they said, 3 or 4 years. And he forgot a very good detail to take care of. So anyway, they leave after the show. The wife's like, "Did you make the reservation?" He said, "I think I did." Anyway, if I didn't, it's no big deal. We'll just go to the one we had planned to go and just pay for the room. Well, he didn't make the reservation, or he didn't hit the button or something to authorize the payment or something. I don't know. He's not sure what he didn't do. He's pretty sure that he set the reservation up but never made the payment. Well, that happens. It sometimes happens, or sometimes, in this age of technology, you do things, you get used to doing it. You get busy doing something, 2 things at once, and it happens. So the wife's not upset too much. They decide they're going to go to the outside the belt around Atlanta and go to a place where there is a Wyndham Hotel or something up there on the outside on 75, I-75. And they get there and all the rooms are booked. So now they have the option of going and staying at a lesser motel or going home. And the husband opts for the option of going home. He made the decision I would have made. I would have made it sooner, but it took him a little bit to make that decision. So on the way home, they're in a very nice pickup truck. It's got a truck cap on it, on the back, that locks. You can lock it from the inside or the out. And lo and behold, they have sleeping bags in the bed of the truck with an air mattress. Left over from wanting to go camping but didn't go. They started to pack the truck, but they didn't go. Now, this is a very nice truck. It's got a very nice set of, it's a high-end truck. One of those ones that run you $80,000. And, well, my wife is looking at me funny. She's already heard the account, and I'm getting looks. Anyway, they start home. And the wife mentions, well, babe, we got those sleeping bags and an air mattress in the back. We could always go and do like we used to when we were younger before the kids and go parking. Where that idea come from, we're not sure. So they try a couple of exits before they get to the Tennessee border, and they don't find anything suitable to their preference. They get a couple of exits from the Tennessee border, and he gets off the road and he goes up and he's driving up through there and he sees a gravel road that turns off and goes, what looks like it goes up into a hollow and dead ends. Well, it don't go as planned. Anyway, they are acting like teenagers, newlyweds, or whatever you would like to say, and they park on this gravel road in a flat spot. Now, where they park, there is a drainage that comes down off the side of the mountain, and park there. This should have been a giveaway that maybe this road is occupied, because there's a culvert that goes through there. For when the water runs off the mountain down that drainage, it goes underneath the road and not across the road. But their minds and common sense was somewhere else at this point. So they kind of clamber out of the front of the truck, shut the truck off, climb in the back. He plugs in a little heater. Now, the truck has an electrical outlet in the bed of the truck that has an inverter attached to it and gives them AC power. So he turns it on to warm up the bed of the truck. It's still a little cold. And she's in there putting out he blows up the air mattress and she throws a sleeping bag across it. One of those big, thick, 5-pound sleeping bags that are good down to minus 20. And they have another one. So anyway, they get in the back of the truck and are let's say, fooling around. And at this point, they're kind of well into their sexual activity. The wife says, "Oh, honey, you're making noises." "Oh, yeah." And he's like, "I'm not making noises." She said, "Well, I can hear you back there growling or grunting or whatever." And yeah, they're a little bit, you get the idea of where I'm going with this. She hears something making grunting, growling noises. And he's like, "It's not me. It's not me." And she says, "No, I hear you. It's pretty hot," was her comment. And he says, "Well, let me see if there's anything out there." He's got lights on the inside, and he turns the light on and turns around and looks at the back glass of the topper. Pressed completely up against the back glass of the topper is a face. And it's standing there with its face down, and against the topper. Yeah. Can you get the idea now? You're being watched. And it's not a good thing to be watched by one of these doing the things that they were doing. He sees the face, screams like a little girl. His words. He said, "I never thought a man's voice could get that high." Now, the wife is like, "What is going on?" And he is towards the front of the bed of the truck, and she's in a compromising position, shall we say, on her knees. And he's like, "Oh my God, you gotta see this. It's looking at us." He's getting all wild-eyed and everything and getting all excited. Not in the good way. Anyway, I'm sorry. I can't help. It's just give me. Anyway, the wife flops over and kind of lands on his lap. And she's like, "What are you looking at?" Well, he points to the back glass on the passenger side of the pickup, the bed of the pickup. She sees the face and screams at the top of her lungs. Then she dives through. Now, there's windows between the camper, and they're more than shoulder width. And she dives through the window. Now, these people are in their 40s or later, and they make pretty good money, and, just rent a room, just somewhere. Just don't be parking. Or go home would have been a sensible thing to do. So, what they're doing, she dives through the windows, through the two sliding, the sliding glass between the camper and the truck cab, and she dives and climbs across into the front driver's seat and is trying to start the truck. Well, the truck won't start because the key's in the bed of the truck. It's not close enough to the key fob for it to activate to allow the button to push. Now, this is a very high-end truck. At this point, she reaches over, or in a panic, I don't know what she was doing, and turns the headlights on. And when she turned the lights on, the lights came on in the cab. Now she's sitting there naked. Yes, naked. Nothing on. And at that point, evidently, when she dove to the front, this Bigfoot stepped away from the back, went around to the driver's side of the truck, and is standing outside. The windows ain't fogged up, and they're not, they don't have the driver's window, doesn't have all that tint and stuff on it. You know, by law, you're not supposed to. So she turns the light on in the truck, and this thing leans over and is standing there, and it's cheesing at her. And I guess it likes what it sees. It then leans over and licks, sticks its tongue all the way out and licks the driver's window. She's freaking completely out at this point. Now the lights are on the truck. Unbeknownst to them, they're about 100 feet from a house that is occupied. She slams her hands on the steering wheel, setting off the alarm, not the alarm, but the horn of the truck. This startles this Bigfoot. And this also wakes up the occupants of the home. The Bigfoot takes off running towards the home, and when the lights came on, it ran across the headlights of the pickup and runs up on the side of the mountain. Now, mind you, at this point, the husband is crawling through the back glass, trying to get up front with the key fob so they can get the heck out of Dodge. This man that lives there comes outside with a loaded shotgun. And he's walking towards these headlights. Now, there's only 100 feet between them and the house. It doesn't take him long to get there. There's no time for them to put clothing on. He comes up there and taps on the window with the barrel of the 12-gauge shotgun. And she rolls the window down. Now, the lights are on in the cab of the truck. Still. She hit the headlights and turned, I guess when she turned the lights on, she hit the light for the inside. And she's sitting there buck naked. So her husband's halfway between the camper top and the topper and the cab of the truck. She finally has the key close enough that she can push the button and start the truck and the window go down. The gentleman looks at her and goes, "Ma'am, I don't know what you and your husband are doing, and I really don't want to discuss that matter, but you're on my property, and you're over here blowing the horn, and I don't really want you to be on my property doing what you're doing. Now, y'all two are old enough to know to go to somewhere besides my property." He's a little bit upset. Now, there's a naked woman in front of him and a naked man that's crawling through the back window. And she looks at him and goes, but there was some big hairy thing standing outside the window and it started licking the driver's window and all this. And he's like, I don't want to hear your excuses. You're on my property. Get off my property. Leave now. Well, she starts the truck. The truck's already started. And she's apologizing. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. We'll leave. We're leaving. And the guy turns to walk towards the house, and the wife comes out the front door and goes, is it somebody we know? Is there something wrong? The man yells at his wife that it's a younger couple. So this man and woman are a little bit older. And they're out here parking on our driveway. He's a little bit upset by what's going on. And they're a little bit upset because now they just had a Bigfoot watching them make love. And that's kind of the situation we have at this point. They then manipulate the truck to get the heck out of Dodge, and they drive back down without putting clothes on, drive home. They get home around midnight, a little bit after 12. Their oldest child is sitting in the front room watching scary movies. Evidently, this child likes this. Child's close to being an adult. And they come in the house completely naked. They didn't get any of their clothes on. The child turns around and says, Mom and Dad, what the heck happened? Where's y'all's clothes? I'm trying not to laugh because it's funny. Now the child is traumatized by seeing their parents walking around with nothing on. Anyway, they contacted me with their account of running into a Bigfoot that watched them through the camper top. And the moral of this account is, don't go parking in Bigfoot territory. So I hope y'all enjoy this. And take warning. No parking. At least not where Bigfoot's around. You'll have more than just an old man coming from a house watching you. Y'all have a wonderful day. We love y'all.
Love you.
Anyway, bye-bye.